Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Parish Panther Playoff Basketball. You are looking live at A&M Consolidated High School in College Station, Texas, as Game On Sports Network brings you exclusive live coverage of tonight's TAP 6A area playoff matchup between the Houston St. Pius X Panthers and your Parish Episcopal Panthers. Alongside our Game On Sports production crew, this is Brian Shackelford welcoming you to tonight's broadcast here at A&M Consolidated High School. And in tonight's game, our Panther boys varsity look to continue their winning ways against a St. Pius X Panthers squad that comes into tonight's contest having lost 10 of their last 12 games. They have ended the season on a 2-game win streak, but prior to that they had lost 10 in a row, going 8-22 on the season, finishing 5th place in District 2-6A in TAPS with a 2-8 district record. Your Parish Panthers come into tonight's contest also with a 2-game winning streak, but having backed that up, winning 4 of their last 6 and 7 of their last 10. The Panthers come into tonight's contest with a record of 23-13 on the season, and they are the number 4 seed from District 1A with a 5-5 record in district play. And folks, we want to take an opportunity while we have it to welcome you in here to the broadcast tonight at A&M Consolidated High School, wherever you may be watching on your smartphone, tablet, or computing device across the state, around the country, and throughout the world here on Game On Sports Network. We thank you for joining us here and spending a little bit of your Friday evening with us as the Parish Panthers look to punch their ticket to tomorrow afternoon's regional championship game. The winner of this game will advance to the regional championship tomorrow afternoon to face off against the Houston St. Thomas Eagles. The Eagles, the District 2 champion, receiving a bye here in the regional round to the area round, and they await the victor of tonight's contest here at A&M Consolidated High School. And while we take a moment, we'll run down tonight's lineups for you. We'll start with the starting lineup for the visiting team, the Houston St. Pius X Panthers. And starting at small forward, the 6'5" junior, number 0, Jordan Johnson. Starting at power forward, the 6'3" senior, number 10, Vincent Doucette. Starting at power forward, a 6'4" junior, number 13, Grant Shupak. Starting at point guard, a 6' junior, number 22, Kevin Range. And rounding out the St. Pius lineup in the post, a 6'5" junior, number 32, Nathan Alvarez. So the St. Pius Panthers starting 5 6-footers here tonight, 4 of them over 6'3", which will give the Parish Panthers quite a contest here tonight at A&M Consolidated High School. Speaking earlier this evening with head coach Ahmad Ajami, he was concerned about the height advantage that St. Pius may have and how his younger, slightly smaller defense will have to play even tougher than they normally do. The tough man-on-man defense being the trademark of this Parish Panther unit as they look to notch their first playoff victory of the year and secure a date tomorrow afternoon against Houston St. Thomas. Looking at your starting lineup for the Parish Panthers here this evening, their usual starters on the field, starting at shooting guard, a 6' sophomore, number 2, Sawyer Batts. Starting on the wing, a 6' sophomore, number 3, Paul Dalcour Jr. Starting at point guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 10, Torrey Mitchell. Starting in the post tonight for Parish, the 6'4" junior, number 24, Harris Darr. And rounding out the lineup at power forward for the Panthers, the 6' senior, number 1, Ben Houston. So starting on the floor tonight for your Parish Panthers, Ben Houston, Sawyer Batts, Paul Dalcour, Torrey Mitchell, and Harris Darr. The starters for Houston St. Pius X, Jordan Johnson, Vincent Doucette, Grant Shupak, Kevin Range, and Nathan Alvarez. So just about 90 seconds short of game time here as the officials meet with the captains at center court. And we get ready to bring you exclusive live coverage of this playoff matchup here on Game On Sports. And as we look at the end of the Panther season, The Panthers come into the contest following the season-ending defeat to the Prestonwood Christian Lions on the back end of a back-to-back, making up games due to the ice storm. The game against Prestonwood rescheduled from February 3rd to last Saturday, the 11th. Apparently, the Panthers winning the front end of that back-to-back against Nolan Catholic on the road last Friday night. So 2 games there, and then the season-ending defeat to Prestonwood Christian. And your Panthers come in here victorious in 7 of their last 10 contests, looking to get back into the win column against the St. Pius X Panthers. And tonight we are in the auxiliary gym here at A&M Consolidated High School, the older gym. This one, I believe, opened in 1984, so almost 40 years old, but still a nice facility here in College Station, a nice central location halfway between, or centrally located between Houston, San Antonio, and the Dallas-Fort Worth area, allowing all of these teams, as all 12 of the Division 6A teams advance to the playoffs, with the first place and second place finishers in each district receiving a bye to the regional rounds. So here tonight, your Panthers in the home white jerseys. They are the number 4 seed from District 1-6A. Houston St. Pius X in the orange jerseys. They are the designated visitors tonight. They are the number 5 seed from District 2-6A. And it appears that we will begin the game with technical free throws, as St. Pius X called for hanging on the rim during warm-ups. So it will be 2 shots at the line for Sawyer Batts to start the game for the Panthers, and they'll have the ball on the side. Now Batts will miss the first technical free throw. As we get underway here in an unusual fashion, not something you see every day, as we start the game with technical fouls, and Sawyer Batts misses them both. So no score, as the Panthers will have the ball to inbound starting the game. Once again, thanks for joining us, folks, and we're ready to get underway. Hope to bring you some exciting high school playoff basketball here tonight from College Station, Texas. Ben Houston will inbound to Torrey Mitchell as we begin tonight's game. Once again, the winner of this contest advancing to the regional championship tomorrow afternoon against the Houston St. Thomas Eagles. Ben Houston drives the lane. He'll have the ball knocked away, and it's caught by number 22, Kevin Range, but he stepped on the inline out of bounds. And Parish will inbound on the baseline with 18 seconds gone in our opening period. No score here at A&M Consolidated. And there's the first bucket of the night for the senior Ben Houston. Houston with the first 2 points on the board as your Panthers take an early 2-0 lead. The trap in play. Torrey Mitchell with the steal. He looks for the layup. Off the glass. No goaltending called. And the rebound to number 13, Grant Shupak. And now St. Pius goes to work on offense for the first time tonight. A 3-point attempt by Jordan Johnson. That is long and wide off to the side. Rebound Shupak. Shupak will reset back to Nathan Alvarez, and a steal picked up by Paul Dalcourt. The Panthers press the advantage as Harris Dar will find an open Ben Houston. Now Torrey Mitchell back to Houston. The wide open look for 3. Rims out, no good. And Houston with the opening bucket, but misses the 3-point attempt. Still 2-0 Parish with 6:40 remaining in our opening period. Jordan Johnson now dishing down inside. The double team on Shupak, and Harris Dar with the steal. Tries the breakaway to get around Johnson. He'll go off the window, and Harris Dar with his first layup of the game. Grabs the rebound, takes it coast to coast for a 4-0 Parish lead. Now with an answer, that's number 22, Kevin Range for St. Pius X. Sawyer Batts driving into the lane. He'll kick out to Torrey Mitchell for a 3 from the corner. That's short. Rebound Kevin Range. Number 22 in orange will bring it down. Dalcourt goes for the steal. Range gets it across the timeline to Johnson. Looking for Nathan Alvarez, who will drive. He'll lose the ball out of bounds. And turnover to Parish. Nice work there by Ben Houston to knock the ball loose off the ankle of Alvarez out of bounds. and it's Panther basketball as we move under 6 minutes to play in our opening period. Parish 4, St. Pius X 2, here in the opening stages of this 6A area playoff tonight in College Station. Paul Dalcour looks to drive the lane. He'll kick out to Batts. The extra pass to Ben Houston. That three short. Rebound, Vincent Doucette. And Vincent Doucette will bring the ball down, guarded by Sawyer Batts. Parish will open the game in a 3-2 zone look as Shupak tries to drive the baseline on Houston. Ball up in the air and stolen by Paul Dalcour. Dalcour now tries to put a move on Kevin Range, drives the lane, and that will be knocked out of bounds by Shupak. As the Panthers testing the St. Pius X defense early, trying to get in the paint for points here in the opening 3 minutes. Parish will inbound on the baseline with 5:15 remaining in the first period. And a 2-point lead. They lead 4-2. Van Houston with the turnaround. And the floater's good from 4 feet. Van Houston now with 4 points in tonight's game as Parish takes a 6-2 lead. Grant Shupak here on the near side for St. Pius X. He'll look for Nathan Alvarez, who will take a three. That's long. Paul Dalcour with the rebound. Dalcour will dish to Torrey Mitchell, who will set up the offense. He'll look to drive. Kick out to Ben Houston. Houston with a drive of his own. No foul called as Shupak knocks his hand away. And Jordan Johnson brings the ball down for St. Pius. Now Kevin Range from the baseline, long off the heel. Nathan Alvarez tries to muscle in, and he'll go up and off the glass for his first 2 points. Now 6-4 rather, in favor of Parish. Torrey Mitchell with the teardrop, that's short. Van Houston now with the rebound. He'll try his own floater, no good. Jordan Johnson with the rebound. 6-4 your score as we approach the midway point of this first period. Nathan Alvarez from 8 feet, that's long. And Torrey Mitchell will have the rebound. He'll cross the timeline guarded by Kevin Range. As Paul Dalcour with a nice move there. Kick out to Ben Houston. Shupak flying by and he drains the three-pointer. Houston nails it from beyond the arc. And Parish out to a 9-4 lead, and we have timeout on the floor. As Parish will take a 30-second timeout here with 3:54 remaining in the first period and a 5-point lead. So Parish off to a fast start here in this area round game as they have a 5-point lead. A nice beginning for Ben Houston. He has 7 of the Panthers' 9 points, the other bucket belonging to Harris Dar. And 2 points each for Kevin Range and Nathan Alvarez of St. Pius. As the score is Parish 9, St. Pius 4, here with 3:54 remaining in the first period. Out of the Parish timeout, Vincent Doucette to inbound for St. Pius. Range across the timeline, guarded by Torrey Mitchell. And now they'll set up the 6'5" Jordan Johnson. The junior dishes back to Range. Stripped on the play. Harris Dar with the steal. Trying to go coast to coast. Off the window and in. Another 2 points for Harris Dar. And the Panthers now out to an 11-4 lead. A whistle underneath the Panther basket. No foul call, the ball out of bounds. Panther basketball to inbound with 3:23 remaining in the first. And the Panthers with a 5-point lead. Ben Houston up top, guarded by Kevin Range. Looking for Torrey Mitchell here on the near side wing. Mitchell double team. Now he'll pop the floater in the lane. It's short. Rebound Kevin Range, number 22 for St. Pius. He'll get it out to Doucette on the long lead. And they'll reset with Grant Shupak up top as we move under 3 minutes remaining in the first. Nathan Alvarez up top, back to Kevin Range as St. Pius will work the outside perimeter of the Panther defense. Range now guarded by Dalcour, gets a screen from Doucette. And Jordan tries to drive the baseline on Harris Dar. Alvarez on Mitchell. Could not take advantage of the height difference. And now Shupak to reset with 2:20 remaining in the first. 11-6 is your score as Parish leads here in this area playoff game. Range with the Euro step off the glass and good for St. Pius. Kevin Range now with 6 points in the game. The three-pointer by Houston is short. And Range now from 15 feet, he'll drain it. 8 points in the game for Kevin Range as they go on a 4-0 run, closing the 5-point gap to a single point. Now Sawyer Batsford downtown, that's good for three. Bats with his first three-pointer of the night to open up a 14-10 lead. Now Doucette from 8 feet, and he'll connect as he gets on the board tonight for St. Pius. Parish 12, St. Pius the 10th, or pardon me, Parish 14, St. Pius 12, as we play basketball with just over a minute remaining in the first. Torrey Mitchell for three, that's short. Rebound Dalcor. Ben Houston from way downtown, that's also, oh, it rattles in! Ben Houston gets the lucky bounce for his second three-pointer of the night to open the Parish lead back to 5 points with 1 minute remaining in the first. The three-pointer long by Kevin Range, and Houston with the rebound. He'll press the advantage. Kicking to Bats in the corner, another three-point shot. It's good! Sawyer Bats with 2 three-pointers in this first period. And it's now 20-12 in favor of Parish. Jordan Johnson stripped by Dalcor. A nice hand move there as Dalcor goes with a layup. And he'll be fouled by Johnson. A hard foul there by the 6'5" junior Jordan Johnson to keep Dalcor from laying the ball in off the steal. And that's your first foul of the evening here in this game with 31.4 ticks remaining in the first. First team foul now on St. Pius the 10th as Dalcor will shoot 2 at the line. He'll rattle home the first for Parish. Substitutions now for St. Pius the 10th checking in. Number 2, Rocky Masiate, along with number 4, Trenton Evans. Second shot now for Dalcor. The sophomore drains them both. And it's now a 10-point lead for the Panthers in the final 30 seconds of this first period. Shupak looking for somewhere to move the basketball. He'll find Jordan Johnson on the near side against Dalcor. Dalcor knocks the ball out of bounds, and they'll force St. Pius the 10th to inbound on the baseline with 17.2 to play in the opening period. St. Pius looking to bite into this 10-point Panther lead. Masiate back to the top, guarded by Ben Houston. 10 ticks remaining in the first. He'll pull it all the way back up top and reset the play once a pick. Doesn't get one. Houston with the steal. 2-1. Can he get the layoff up? It was good if it went, but it was just short as he tried to force it before time expired. And the horn sounds ending our first period of play. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the first 8 minutes in the books here this evening at A&M Consolidated High School in College Station, Texas, as Game On Sports Network brings you live coverage of tonight's TAP 6A area final. And your score as we head to the second period here in College Station, Texas. Your Parish Panthers 22, Houston St. Pius the 10th Panthers 12. And a great opening period for Ben Houston. He opens with 10 points in the period, along with 6 from Sawyer Bats and 4 from Harris Dar, as the Panthers are able to open up a very quick 10-point lead on Houston St. Pius. Kevin Range, the big scorer for St. Pius X. He has 8 of St. Pius's 12 points in the first frame. Only 1 foul in the first period. That one picked up by Jordan Johnson. As it's been clean, quick basketball. As the first period over with in just 12 minutes of clock time. So a very fast-paced, fast-moving first period here tonight at A&M Consolidated. The possession arrow in favor of St. Pius X as they will inbound, and Rocky Maciate will begin the St. Pius offense. St. Pius trailing by 10 as we open the second period. Jordan Johnson down in the corner. He'll come back up top to do set. Panthers now switch to a 2-3 zone. They were playing a 3-2 earlier, and now they give St. Pius X a 2-3 look to open the second. Jordan Johnson will try to drive on Dalcour. Jump ball called. Possession arrow to the Panthers. A great tie-up on defense there by Paul Dalcour. Dalcour doing work for the Panther defense, and it results in a turnover to Parish as we're 30 seconds deep into the second period of this area playoff. Torrey Mitchell will direct traffic to begin this first Parish possession of the second period as Patton Crosland is checked into the game for Parish. He'll replace Houston. Now Batts. Batts will be called for a travel. That pass just a little bit off by Harris Dar, and the travel will give possession to St. Pius X. Kevin Range will return for St. Pius X to replace Grant Shupak. So your 5 players on the floor now for Parish: Sawyer Batts, Paul Dalcour, Patton Crosland, Torrey Mitchell, and Harris Dar. And Rocky Maciate working on Patton Crosland as we have 1 minute gone in the second period. Trenton Evans with travels the Euro step there, no good. And the ball turns over to Parish with 6:53 remaining in the half. It remains 22-12 in favor of Parish. No scoring yet by either team in this second period. Sawyer Batts can change that. No, it's off the heel, no good. And Kevin Range with the rebound. The first miss this evening for Sawyer Batts from beyond the arc. Maciate being marked by Dalcour on the far sideline. Kevin Range now will try to drive. And Range ends up on the court. And it appears that foul is going to be charged to Paul Dalcour for his first personal. Unfortunately, here in this older gym, we do not have the benefit of the larger scoreboard. We have to check the official signals here, and it looked like he signaled number 3 for the foul. First team foul on Parish. Trenton Evans back up top to Kevin Range, as now Maciate will reset the offense for St. Pius. He'll be guarded up top by Harris Dar. Parish switches back to the 3-2 zone look. And now from Maciate from the baseline, it's long. And another jump ball as Jordan Johnson is tied up on the play by Sawyer Batts. But the possession arrow favors St. Pius X with just over 6 minutes to play before halftime. They'll go all the way back up top to number 2, Rocky Maciate. And now Kevin Range, the leading scorer for St. Pius X in this contest. He has 8 on the night so far. Doucette well guarded now by Kyle Hamburger, who's checked in. Range tries to drive on Hamburger, looking for Evans. That's blocked by Dar, and the rebound to Kyle Hamburger. And now quickly a timeout by Coach Ajami and the coaching staff as Hamburger trapped on the baseline. He'll take his remaining 30-second timeout with 5:36 to play in the opening half. So the Panthers down to 3 timeouts remaining in the game. They'll have all of their fulls, but they have used their second 30-second timeout. As your score remains with 5:36 remaining in our first half, here at A&M Consolidated High School, Parish Panthers 22, St. Pius X Panthers 12. So we've played almost 2.5 minutes of basketball here in this second period, and neither team has been able to put a point on the board, as it was 22-12 at the end of the first period. Parish will inbound now following the timeout. Oh, a bad pass there by Mitchell. Luckily, Evans not able to reel it in. Patton Crosland now, wide open lane. He'll go high off the glass, and he'll be fouled by Jordan. Jordan Johnson, who will pick up his second personal. Second team foul, both team fouls on Jordan Johnson, as he now has 2 in the contest with 5:26 remaining in the first. Patton Crosland now at the charity stripe for Parish, shooting a pair. And the senior drains the first. The first point of this second period by either team comes with 5:26 to play before halftime. Crosland drains them both. And Parish now out to a 12-point lead, 24-12, as we move under 5.5 remaining in the second. Jordan Johnson trying to go to work on Ben Houston. He'll be denied. Evans tries to drive, and he'll bounce that one on off the glass. The first 2 points of the game for Trenton Evans. Now St. Pius X applying pressure, and they get it across the timeline to Torrey Mitchell. He'll find Kyle Hamburger in the corner. Way up high to Harris Darr in the lane. The Eurostep floater, no good. A little too strong. And Vincent Doucette, number 10 for St. Pius, comes down with the rebound. Now Jordan Johnson will try to drive. No foul call either way, as it looked like Crosland took a charge. But now they'll reset up top with Vincent Doucette. Doucette will take a three-pointer, blocked by Harris Darr, and Torrey Mitchell picks up the steal. Now Darr lays it in off the glass. Great play there by Harris Darr on both ends of the basketball. Makes the block and then takes the dime from Mitchell and lays it in. A long three-pointer by Kevin Range, no good. And now we have a push foul as we approach the midway point of this second period. Picking up the foul, that will be Rocky Maciate of St. Pius X. Now 3 team fouls on St. Pius as the Panthers inbound. With just over 4 minutes remaining in the half, they have a 26-14 lead in this area final. The press back on by St. Pius X, broken by Dalcour as he brings it across the timeline. Harris Darr will drive the lane again. High up off the glass, another 2 points for Harris Darr. Parish able to successfully pull out that box and one scheme and allow Darr to drive the lane. Dalcour almost had another steal. Johnson for 3, it's short. And out of bounds, it will be Parish basketball. Substitution now, as Harris Darr will leave the game. He'll be substituted by the returning Sawyer Batts, as Parish will play small ball here with 3:30 remaining in the half. Kyle Hamburger stopped by Johnson. He'll try to drive again. Kicks out to Houston. Three-pointer from the corner. Off the heel. No good. Rebound Vincent Doucette, number 10 for St. Pius. And now coming down the near side, number 5, Derek Carroll. He'll get the ball to Johnson. His shot long. And the ball knocked out of Ben Houston's hands by number 4, Trenton Evans, but out of bounds. And Parish will inbound with 3:18 remaining. Hamburger now will drive on Johnson. Kick out to Crosland. Off the baseline, no good. Jordan Johnson with the rebound. As Kevin Range will bring the ball across the timeline. And we approach 3 minutes remaining in the first half. It remains Parish Panthers 28, St. Pius Panthers 14. Kevin Range being guarded by Batts. He tries the jump step, and he'll drain that one from 12 feet. Range now in double figures with 10 points on the night. And he will cut the Panther lead to 12. Sawyer Batts from the corner, a three-point shot. A little long, rebound Houston. Houston tangled up and almost knocked down by Trenton Evans, who takes the ball away. An offensive foul. Kevin Range will pick up the player control foul. The charge is his first personal. 4th team foul. And with 2.5 remaining, It will be Panther basketball. Back on the floor, Torrey Mitchell will replace Kyle Hamburger. Another press by St. Pius X, as Ben Houston will get the ball to Dalcor across the timeline. And a hold called up top at the three-point line, as it appears Kevin Range will pick up his second personal. That's now 16 fouls on St. Pius X. The next foul will put Parish in the bonus. Harris Dar quickly returns for Parish. He'll replace Patton Crosley. Dar with 8 points on the night so far, and a 28-16 lead for Parish. Dar being guarded by Vincent Doucette, the second of St. Pius. He'll get a screen from Mitchell. In the corner to Batts. Batts will drive the lane. The floater, a little too strong. Rebound Mitchell. Now to Harris Dar in the lane. He'll go back to Sawyer Batts. And now let Harris Dar drive the lane. No good. Harris gets his own rebound. Tries again. A third time's a charm for Harris Dar. And it looks like that basket's good. And we have an injury timeout on the court with 1:49 to play before halftime. One of the St. Pius X players slow to get up. That may be number 0, Jordan Johnson. We're not sure. We'll step aside for this injury timeout and be back in just a moment. The injured St. Pius X Panther is number 4, Trenton Evans, the 6'2" junior, subbing into the game, and he is favoring that left ankle very heavily as he'll make his way to the trainer's table. Checking into the game for Evans, number 5, Derek Carroll. Now Grant Shupak will inbound for St. Pius X as we move into the final 100 seconds of this first half. Parish Panthers with the lead 30-16 as they come back to a 2-3 zone look here in the final 90 seconds of the half. Jordan Johnson working on Torrey Mitchell will lose the ball. And now the referees will call a hold as it appears Torrey Mitchell will pick up his first foul, and he does. The first personal on Torrey Mitchell. Second team foul on the Panthers. St. Pius X takes the ball all the way around the arc. And loose ball on the court picked up by Vincent Doucette. Now Carroll with the drive. He tries to lay it in. That's short. A scramble for the ball. Out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll. And the Panthers have the basketball with 73 seconds to play in the half. And they lead by 14, 30-16, Parish Panthers. Only 4 points so far scored in this second period by St. Pius X. As now Harris Dar gets the ball to Sawyer Batts, and we move into the final minute of the first half. A traveling call as Batts loses his balance and his footing over on the far sideline. Derek Carroll will now inbound for St. Pius X. As St. Pius looks to cut into this 14-point Panther lead in the final minute of our first half. Kevin Range being guarded by Torrey Mitchell. To the near side now Jordan Johnson. Finds Range in the corner. Range looking for somewhere to drive. The shot is short and then just knocks Sawyer Batts over with 40.2 to play in the half. And that will be the third personal on Kevin Range. That is also the 7th team foul on St. Pius X, putting Parish in the bonus with just over 40 ticks remaining in the half. Sawyer Batts will come to the free throw line, shooting 1-1 for Parish. The starting five back on the floor for St. Pius X, with the exception of Derek Carroll on the floor. Batts will sink the first. and earn the back end of the 1-1. And that will open up a 15-point lead for Parish. The sophomore drains them both. 32-16 your score. And now the ball lost out of bounds, knocked away by the Panthers. Another inbound coming up for St. Pius X. Alvarez with the inbound near midcourt. As St. Pius X looks to move quickly. Carroll, a three-pointer in and out. No good. And a whistle underneath the basket. It looks like Sawyer Batts will pick up his first personal, attempting to pull down the rebound. 3 team fouls now on Parish. 28.8 to play before halftime as Alvarez takes the inbound for St. Pius. Looking for, a layup look there for Maciate, but it's blocked by Ben Houston. They call the foul. And Houston will pick up his first personal. With 23.5 remaining, they'll call this foul in the act of shooting. So Maciate goes to the line to shoot a pair. And the first one off the heel, he gets the spin and in. And that puts point number 17 on the board for St. Pius X. The second shot for the 6'2" junior. And both of his free throws are good. Now 32-18 in favor of Parish as they will play for the last shot of the first half. Mitchell in the corner, all the way back up to Harris Dar. And a travel called on Paul Dalcourt with 13.1 remaining in the half. Batts in perfect position for a corner three, but they were unable to get him the basketball. And now Maciate will bring the ball across the timeline in the final 7 seconds of the half. Shupak in the corner. The dish to Carroll, the Euro step. It's good off the glass. As the horn sounds, bringing us to halftime. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of the first half of play here at A&M Consolidated High School in College Station, Texas, as Game On Sports Network brings you live exclusive coverage of the 2023 TAP 6A Area Round Playoffs. And folks, your score as we head to the halftime break here in College Station. It's your Parish Panthers 32, St. Pius X Panthers 20. And a great opening half for Parish, led by Ben Houston with 10 points. Sawyer Batts with 8 points so far on the night. Also 10 points for Harris Dar, as Dar and Houston making their presence felt here on the hardwood this evening. So we'll step aside here for the halftime break at A&M Consolidated High School as the teams for the next game will warm up between San Antonio Central Catholic and Nolan Catholic High School. So folks, enjoy the halftime. We'll step aside and we'll be back with the second half right here live on Game On Sports. Parish Panthers 32, St. Pius X Panthers 20. We'll be back with the second half right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the campus of A&M Consolidated High School here in College Station, Texas. Brian Shackelford here with you, along with our entire Game On Sports crew, bringing you live coverage of tonight's 2023 Chaps 6A area playoff matchup between your Parish Panthers and the Houston St. Pius X Panthers. The Parish Panthers off to a strong first half as they lead 32-20 as we begin the third quarter. Leading scorers for Parish, Ben Houston with 10, all in the first quarter. Harris Dar also with 10 points. And Paul Dalcor and Patton Crosland each with 2 free throws, along with 8 points from Sawyer Batts to give the Panthers a 32-20 lead as we begin play here in period number 3. The big scorer tonight for St. Pius X, that would be Kevin Range. He has 10 points so far in the contest, half of St. Pius X's total. And we'll begin the third period as Parish will inbound. Torrey Mitchell will start things off for Parish, looking for Dar. And Dar gets the basketball, goes off the window, and is fouled by Alvarez. Nathan Alvarez, number 32, will pick up his first personal. First team foul on St. Pius X in this second half, and it's 2 free throws to start the third period for Harris Dar. The first one off the window and good. As point number 33 on the board for the Parish Panthers. Both of them for Harris Dar. 2 free throws to open the third period. 34-20 now the advantage for Parish. Jordan Johnson on the far sideline. He has 2 fouls. Kevin Range with 3 fouls for St. Pius X on the floor. Running point for St. Pius X. And a foul called on the side as Sawyer Batts tried to sneak in there and block Range's path to the basket. And instead, he will pick up his second foul. The first player for Parish with 2 fouls. And now Grant Shupak will go for the basket off the window. And that basket's good, count it, and the foul. As it looks like Ben Houston will pick up his second foul on the hand check. And now Grant Shupak with the opportunity for a 3-point play. The 6'4 junior converts the free throw. And 3 points on the board in this third period for St. Pius X. Now 34-23 the advantage for Parish. Harris Dar working on Shupak will kick back to Paul Dalcor. Dalcor straight through the lane and in. A nice move there by Paul Dalcor to put 2 more on the board for Parish. And 1 minute into this third period, it's now Parish 36, St. Pius X 23. Nathan Alvarez up top to Vincent Doucette. They look for Shupak. Knocked away by Ben Houston. And the steal credited to Torrey Mitchell. Now Sawyer Batts in the corner. He'll kick it back up to Houston. Dalcor thinks about a 3-pointer and loses the dribble to Vincent Doucette on the steal. Nathan Alvarez will think about a 3-pointer from distance. Air ball. Rebound Torrey Mitchell. He'll move it forward to Paul Dalcor. And Dalcor off the window and good. An uncontested layup for Paul Dalcor. He has 4 points now in this third period. Jordan Johnson's shot long. The rebound by Alvarez, the putback no good. Another rebound for Torrey Mitchell. And with the jump stop, Paul Dalcor puts it in the basket again. And Parish now with 40 on the board. Timeout taken with 6:07 to play in the third. As Parish will now take a full 60-second timeout. Your Panthers, a little bit of a slow start in the opening minute, but the second minute of this third period, all gangbusters, as Paul Dalcor with 3 consecutive layups, 6 points in this third period, now 8 points in the game, and the Panthers have expanded the lead to the largest margin of the night, 17 points, as it's now Parish Panthers 40, St. Pius X Panthers 23. And it appears that this was not a Parish timeout, but rather a full timeout taken by St. Pius X. The officials signal a little bit off with 6:07 remaining in the third. So Coach Ajami and the Panthers still have 3 full timeouts remaining. And Coach Johnny Misla of St. Pius X has 4 timeouts remaining. He'll have 2 30s and 2 fulls. And folks, once again, we want to thank you for joining us here across the state, throughout the country, and around the world here tonight on Game On Sports Network for our exclusive coverage of the TAPS Boys Basketball Playoffs. This area round matchup, 6 minutes to play in the third period, as Jordan Johnson, the 2 shots short. Rebound, Harris Dar. Jordan cannot find the dial in on the shot, and 2 shots no good. Now Torrey Mitchell takes a 3-pointer. That's short, and that's going to be an unnecessary foul there by Sawyer Batts as he tries to get the rebound, and instead will commit his 3rd personal. He'll come out now as he'll be substituted by Kyle Hamburger. An aggressive play there by Sawyer Batts, just trying to get to the basketball, but now with 3 fouls he'll sit as the Panthers still maintain a 17-point lead. Kevin Range looks to drive the baseline, and he'll be fouled as he goes to the basket. That foul picked up by Paul Dalcour as Paul Dalcour picks up his 2nd personal. And quickly the Panthers have 4 personals in this period. Range shooting 2 for St. Pius. The 6-foot junior will drain free throw number 1. And that's point number 24 for St. Pius. Range will miss the 2nd. Jordan Johnson with the rebound. And they call jump ball. The possession arrow goes to St. Pius. So as we move under 5.5 remaining in the third period, it will be St. Pius basketball as they try to cut further into the Panther lead. Parish 40, St. Pius X 24, as we play basketball with less than 5.5 to play in the third. Kevin Range back up top, guarded by Torrey Mitchell. Now Vincent Doucette in the corner with Kyle Hamburger. Alvarez thought about a 3, now he'll drive instead. That shot too hard off the glass. Johnson thinks about putting it back, and we'll see whether they call this a shooting foul or on the floor. Either way, a foul coming up against the Panthers. And that's picked up by number 14, Kyle Hamburger, his 1st personal. 5 team fouls now against Parish in this second half. Vincent Doucette tries to lean in off the window. That's too hard and no good. And now another whistle as the officials are most decidedly inserting themselves into this game. But this one going against St. Pius X. Grant Stupak picks up the foul, and now it's 2 team fouls against St. Pius in this half. St. Pius goes back to the press. Torrey Mitchell will bring it across the timeline. Harris Dar trapped in the corner, back to a wide open Paul Dalcour. Kyle Hamburger a 3-point shot, and that's money. Kyle Hamburger finds the bottom of the net. The first 3-pointer for Hamburger, and it's now a 43-24 lead, the largest lead of the night for Parish. Grant Stupak now being guarded by Paul Dalcour for St. Pius. He'll try the right side. Paul Dalcour strips the basketball, but it goes out of bounds. A clean strip there for Paul Dalcour. Patton Crosland will check back in. He'll substitute Dalcour with 4:24 remaining in the third. And the Panthers out to a 19-point lead, 43-24. Vincent Doucette up top, being guarded by Hamburger, gets a screen from Alvarez. He'll pull up from 8 feet, no good. Mitchell with the rebound. 2-on-2 as it's Mitchell and Hamburger, Ben Houston. He'll pull up for 3, it's good! Ben Houston, after a dry second period, back on the board in this third period, and now the answer, the first 3-pointer of the night by St. Pius X in the form of Vincent Doucette. That shot by Patton Crosland off the mark, no good. Kevin Range with the rebound. He looks to drive on Mitchell, and no good. Ben Houston picks up the rebound. Houston 1-on-2. He'll try to lay it up off the glass. Doesn't get the roll, and Alvarez picks up the rebound for St. Pius. Jordan Johnson now working on Patton Crosland. Double team now back to Alvarez. Thinks about a three, pulls it down. He'll swing over to Doucette. And now a foul picked up by Torrey Mitchell. Mitchell's second personal. And quickly now 16 fouls on Parish in this half. St. Pius X on the verge of going into the bonus with the next foul. Your score remains Parish 46, St. Pius 27. A 19-point lead for Parish with just over 3 minutes remaining in the third. Jordan Johnson, the spin move in the lane. And another whistle as he'll go to the free throw line. That foul charged to Torrey Mitchell, and now Mitchell with 3 personal fouls. And that is the 7th team foul to put St. Pius X in the bonus. This foul in the act of shooting, however, and Jordan Johnson will have 2 attempts at the free throw line. The first one short. As Ben Houston will check back in to replace Torrey Mitchell. On the floor now for Parish, Ben Houston, Sawyer Batts, Patton Crosland, Harris Darr, and Kyle Hamburger. The second shot is good by Jordan Johnson. And that will close the gap to Parish 46, St. Pius X 28. 3 minutes to play in the third period. Sawyer Batts being guarded by Alvarez. They'll move it all the way around the arc back to Patton Crosland. And now Kyle Hamburger. All 5 Parish players touch the basketball in a span of 10 seconds. And a foul called as Houston will drive the basket. That foul picked up by number 32, Nathan Alvarez, his second. 3 team fouls now on St. Pius. Ben Houston from way downtown, it's short. Rebound Grant Stupak, number 13 for St. Pius. Range fakes the shot, he'll drive. That's stolen by Patton Crosland, picked up by Ben Houston. He'll move it forward to Crosland. Crosland will pull up, get it to Houston. He'll try the baseline. It's blocked out of bounds by Jordan Johnson. And Parish will have a fresh inbound as we move under 2.5 remaining in the third. Still an 18-point lead for Parish. Parish Panthers 46, St. Pius X 28. Vincent Doucette on Harris Darr. As Harris looks to drive the lane, he'll kick it out to Batts. Wide open look for 3. Oh, it's just a little long. Rebound Jordan Johnson. Kevin Range for St. Pius X will bring the ball down the far sideline. Looking to move on Ben Houston. Instead, he'll drop off for Alvarez. The pass stolen by Sawyer Batts as Jordan Johnson tries to reach in. And now Batts on the catch and shoot. He'll try another 3, and that one's long. With the rebound, that will be Vincent Doucette as we move inside the final 2 minutes of the third period. Grant Stupak, number 13, will offload to Vincent Doucette. Back to Stupak. He'll try a 3-pointer. That one's short. Rebound Harris Darr. Oh, and now Harris Darr taken down to the court as he gets rid of the basketball to Sawyer Batts. And that will be a foul picked up by Nathan Alvarez, his 3rd personal. The 4th team foul. And that will be Panther basketball as Kyle Hamburger quickly checks back in the game to give Harris Darr a breather. 99 ticks remain in the third period. And Paul Dalcor will inbound the ball for Parish as St. Pius X goes back to the press. All the way up to Sawyer Batts. Across the timeline now, Paul Dalcor on the near side. He'll drive, and Dalcor fouled. They are denying Dalcor the attempt to drive that lane, as he did very successfully in the first half. And Derek Carroll will be charged with his first personal. It's 5 team fouls now on St. Pius X, as Quan Byers will step in and see his first action tonight for Parish. The big 6'8" sophomore will fill up the post for Parish with 1:32 to play in the third. Ben Houston to Paul Dalcor. He'll wait. A block by Jordan Johnson. They'll call that a good block. The ball still in an upward arc as Johnson bounces it off the glass. And that will be a backcourt violation on St. Pius X. The errant pass by Kevin Range with 1:16 to play in the third. Checking back in for St. Pius X, number 2, Rocky Maciate, substituting Vincent Doucette. As Paul Dalcour will inbound for Parish. Ben Houston with 70 seconds to play in the third. Bats lurking in the far corner for a three. He'll come back up top now. As the Panthers will work the basketball. Houston on the drive, and he's fouled as he tries to take it off the window. Hit on the hand by number 5, Derek Carroll. And Carroll picks up his second foul within the last 2 minutes. The clock moving under 1 minute to play in the third. And it's 2 free throws for Ben Houston. Ben Houston will hit the first. And the 6-foot senior puts the 47th point on the board for the Panthers. Second shot for Houston is good. The senior drains them both. And the Panthers now out to their first 20-point lead of the game, 48-28 over St. Pius X with 45 seconds to play in the third. Grant Stupak running the offense. As Derek Carroll thinks about the three, now Alvarez underneath. And a nice feed there to Alvarez. He'll have his second basket of the night. Ben Houston now working with Paul Dalcour. 30 seconds to play in the third. And Coach Ajami telling his squad that he wants to play for the last shot. Dalcour on the baseline looking for Bats. Bats passes up the three. As the Panthers want to wind some more time off the clock. Houston now with an open three-point look. No good. Rebound Grant Stupak. 6 seconds to play in the third. He loses the dribble. Across the timeline to Nathan Alvarez. Good if it goes, and it's an air ball well short as the horn sounds, ending our third period of play. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 periods are in the books here this evening at A&M Consolidated High School as we move forward in tonight's TAP 6A area playoff here in College Station. And folks, your score as we head to the 4th period here in tonight's contest at A&M Consolidated High School. It's your Parish Panthers 48, Houston St. Pius X Panthers 30. And a nice third period for Ben Houston. He comes back with 5 points, 6 points from Paul Dalcour, and a big three-pointer from Kyle Hamburger to extend the Panther lead out to 18 points through 3 periods of play. A 16-point third period for Parish. As only single buckets in the third frame for Vincent Doucette, Grant Stupak, and Nathan Alvarez. But they do manage to put 10 points on the board in the third and keep this a 6-possession game as we open the 4th period. Parish with the possession arrow, and Ben Houston will take possession to start the 4th period. The three-pointer by Sawyer Batts, a little bit long off the heel of the basket. Ben Houston can't get the turnaround jumper to go in. Rebound Grant Stupak. Now Jordan Johnson on the baseline. Cannot go around Quan Byers. He pulls it up and sinks it on the baseline from 10 feet. The opening points of the 4th quarter go to St. Pius. Now 48-32 in favor of Parish. Sawyer Batts in the corner again, guarded by Johnson. He'll pull up, get back to Ben Houston. He'll try the corner three, and that's no good. Rebound Vincent Doucette. Kevin Range moving it forward quickly to Stupak. Offensive foul. Sawyer Batts well planted there, and picking up the player control foul. That's number 13, Grant Stupak, his second personal. And that will be the 7th team foul. Of course, no free throws on an offensive foul, but both teams now in the bonus as we start this 4th period. Torrey Mitchell and Harris Darr will return for Parish, substituting Quan Byers and Patton Crosland. So your starting five back on the floor here with just under a minute gone in the fourth period. And the Panthers in control, leading by 16. Harris Dar to dribble up. Double covered. He'll try to drive the lane. Off the window. What a move right there by Harris Dar. Athleticism to put that in off the window. And now 50 points in the game for Parish. Jordan Johnson being guarded by Sawyer Batts. He'll try to get the ball to range. And Doucette underneath the basket. He'll be fouled. But that's a good foul right there by Harris Dar to deny the basket to Doucette, as Dar will pick up his first personal. And that is the 8th team foul on the Panthers. So Vincent Doucette to the free throw line for St. Pius. He'll shoot two with 6:41 remaining in the ball game. And Doucette, a very good free throw shooter, will hit the first. And now the second attempt for the 6'3" senior point guard, or shooting guard. That one's just off to the side. Rebound Harris Dar. And Dar loses the ball. Jordan Johnson will grab that and put it back in. Ill-advised basketball there by Parish, and they pay the price, as it's now Parish Panthers 50, St. Pius the 10th Panthers 35. And Dalcor called for the travel with 6:20 remaining in the fourth. He'll be replaced by Patton Crosland, as Kevin Range, number 22 for St. Pius, will inbound. Grant Stupak takes a turn and shoot three, and it's good. Stupak now with 6 points on the night, and the lead that was 18 is now down to 12 with 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Dar trapped. He'll offload, get the ball to Sawyer Batts. Batts looking for Houston on the drive, and the favorable roll as Ben Houston gets his first bucket of this fourth period. The lead back to 14 for Parish. And a foul called on the floor underneath the St. Pius basket. As picking up the foul, number 1, Ben Houston. That will be his third personal. Now 9 team fouls on Parish. A 14-point lead as we play basketball here with 5:46 remaining. And 1-1 at the line for Kevin Range. The first shot no good. Vincent Doucette with the rebound. And he'll put back the rebound for two. And cut further into that lead. It's now a 12-point game, as Houston St. Pius X has erased a full third of this deficit in the opening 2.5 minutes. Range now called for the foul on the far sideline. That's foul number 4 on Kevin Range. So Range now in serious foul trouble for St. Pius, as we'll have timeout taken by Parish. Coach Ajami will take one of his 60-second timeouts. The clock reading 5:33 to play in the ball game. And your score at the moment, your Parish Panthers 52, St. Pius X Panthers 40. And this has been a furious 2.5 minutes to open the fourth period for St. Pius. It was 48-30 at the end of 3. And St. Pius going on a 10-4 run here to open the fourth period. They've closed the gap from a 6-possession game to a 4-possession game with plenty of basketball left to be played in this TAP 6A area final. And once again, folks, awaiting the winner of this contest is the Houston St. Thomas Eagles. They are the champions in the regular season from District 2-6A in TAPS. And they received a bye all the way to the regional round. So the winner of this contest will play Houston St. Thomas tomorrow afternoon in the regional final right here at A&M Consolidated High School. So a 10-4 run to open the fourth period for Houston St. Pius. They are not going quietly into the night. But as we come back to action, following the foul, the fourth foul on Kevin Range, it's 1-1 at the line for Harris Dar. Dar, nothing but net on the first free throw, and he'll earn free throw number 2. The pair of free throws good for the 6'4" junior. And the lead back to 14 for Parish with 5.5 to play in the fourth. Jordan Johnson working on Paul Dalcourt. The reverse layup good, as Jordan Johnson has found another gear here in the fourth period. That's 6 points for Johnson in this frame. Sawyer Batts from the corner. That three-pointer just short, and Jordan Johnson with the rebound. A 12-point game with 5 minutes to play as Kevin Range will drive the lane. And Torrey Mitchell will deny him immediately. And that will be Mitchell picking up his fourth foul. And that is the 10th team foul on Parish. And for the remaining 5:03 of this contest, St. Pius will be in the double bonus. 2 free throws now on every foul. So now Mitchell, the first Panther in foul trouble with 4 personals. And Range, the other player in the game with 4 personals, at the line to shoot 2 free throws. And Kevin Range will try to make this a 10-point game with just over 5 minutes to play. And he'll hit the first. Range hits them both, and indeed, what was an 18-point lead to start this fourth quarter has now shrunk to 10 for the Panthers with just under 5 minutes to play. Torrey Mitchell to Sawyer Batts. Ben Houston, he'll take a look for 3. It's good. Ben Houston back to his winning ways, leading all scorers in this contest, and opens the lead back up to 13 with 4.5 to play. 20 points on the night for Ben Houston here in College Station. Kevin Range's shot from 16 feet long and no good. Harris Darr rebound. Ben Houston will go for the layup. Off the window, it's good. 22 points now in the contest for Ben Houston, the senior leading all scorers for Parish. It's back to a 15-point lead as Jordan Johnson will attempt the 3. No good. Rebound Harris Darr. Quickly, the hot hand of Ben Houston takes the ball, and he'll offload to Torrey Mitchell, who will reset as we pass the midway point of this fourth period. The Parish Panthers leading 59-44 over Houston St. Pius X. And a bad pass there from Mitchell, just out of the reach of Harris Darr. And the turnover to St. Pius with 3:52 remaining. Kevin Range will inbound to Rocky Maciate as we move under 4 minutes to play. Range will drive the lane, and a blocking foul will be called on Harris Darr. Darr late to get in position, and he'll pick up his second personal. And the one thing you don't want to see happen here if you're a Parish Panther fan is the St. Pius X Panthers with the opportunity to score with the clock stopped. And this is 2 free throws for Kevin Range. The first one in and out. And it stays at a 15-point advantage for Parish. Jordan Johnson will now switch out with Rocky Maciate at the side of the lane. Range his second shot, and he'll hit that. 1 of 2 from the line for Range. And it's now 59-45 as we approach 3.5 remaining in the game. Sawyer Batts back up top to Torrey Mitchell. Ben Houston thinks about the 3. Now he'll drive on Shupak and pick up the foul. A nifty move there by Ben Houston to draw contact from Grant Shupak. And it cost Shupak his 3rd personal. That's now 9 team fouls on St. Pius X. So both teams will be in the double bonus from this point forward in the game. The first 3 for Ben Houston is good. And he adds to his team-leading point total on the night for Parish. Second free throw, nothing but net for the senior. 25 points in the contest tonight for Ben Houston. The advantage now, Panthers 61, St. Pius X 45. The ball out of bounds off of St. Pius X. And Parish will inbound with 3:19 remaining. And we'll see if Coach Ajami will keep his foot on the gas, as Coach Misley will definitely keep his foot on the gas with the full press. Here with just over 3 minutes to play, they try to trap Torrey Mitchell in the corner. And it works, but then Mitchell gets the ball back. And now a timeout called by Coach Ajami. He'll take another 60-second timeout with 3:02 remaining and refocus his team on the sideline. So very judicious use of the timeouts in this contest by Parish Panther head coach Ahmad Ajami to keep his team well ahead in this contest. 3:02 remains in the fourth period. And your score, Parish Panthers 61, Houston St. Pius Panthers 45. And a quick review of the scoring has been Houston leading all scorers with 25 points in this game. 18 for Harris Dar as well. And Sawyer Batts with 8, Paul Dalcor with 8. And it has been the Ben Houston and Harris Dar show here tonight at A&M Consolidated High School. With the big game tonight for St. Pius X, that would be Kevin Range. He has 16 of St. Pius X's 45 points. But Jordan Johnson with a hot hand here in the fourth quarter. He has 6 of the St. Pius points scored in this fourth frame. Leading all St. Pius scorers in the fourth period, Ben Houston, with 9 points of his own here in the fourth, as Parish looks to close out St. Pius and secure a date in the regional final tomorrow with Houston St. Thomas. Mitchell now with the inbound as the clock moves under 3 minutes remaining. And the Panthers will look for the right shot here with a 16-point lead. And that ball poked out of bounds by Vincent Doucette as he dives in front of Sawyer Batts. No foul call. And that will force the Panthers to throw in again here on the near side. And the Panthers, no problem here working the basketball with 2:45 to play. Houston will take a three-pointer from the corner. It's good! Ben Houston now over 30 points in the game tonight for Parish. The advantage back to 19 for Parish, 64-45. As St. Pius X will inbound on the baseline. And a monster night here for the senior Ben Houston. Over 30 points tonight against St. Pius X. Grant Shupak looks to drive the lane, and he'll roll that in, get the finger roll over the top, as Shupak now with 5 points in the quarter, 8 points on the night for St. Pius. Harris Dar gets the ball across the timeline. Paul Dalcor on the baseline. And a pass looking for Mitchell, intercepted by Grant Stupak. And Stupak, the second-team all-district football player, making use of his football skills there to intercept the pass. And now a foul called away from the play as Jordan Johnson will pick up his third personal. And that will be the 10th foul on St. Pius. Both teams now officially in the double bonus for the remaining 150 of this contest. Torrey Mitchell will get it across the timeline as Paul Dalcor will work in the corner, come back up top to Mitchell as the Panthers look to rag out the final 100 seconds of this fourth period. 64-47 the advantage as Mitchell just dribbles his way through the arc. Jordan Johnson following him. Back to Paul Dalcor. And now a whistle with 1:20 to play. And the foul committed by Grant Shupak. Shupak will sacrifice his fourth personal to give Houston St. Pius possession of the ball after these free throw attempts by Paul Dalcor. The sophomore steps to the line for the first of two free throws with 80 seconds to play. And the first one short off the front rim. Dalcour sinks the second. And the Panthers reestablish an 18-point lead with 75 seconds to play. Parish 65, Houston St. Pius 47. Jordan Johnson, they'll let him drive the lane. It's no good. Blocked by Dalcour. Picked up by Harris Dar. And Ben Houston unable to find the handle on the basketball. It goes out of bounds. And with just over a minute remaining, Houston St. Pius will inbound. Kevin Range will drive on the far side. Offensive foul. And that, if my basketball scorekeeping skills are correct, and it is, that is the fifth foul on Kevin Range. And he fouls out of tonight's contest with exactly 1 minute remaining in the fourth period. And in come the substitutions for Parish, as Coach Ajami will do a 5-for-5 sub, pulling his starters with 1 minute to go. Now on the floor for your Panthers, number 21, Connor Wyatt. Number 15, Jacob Kanuski. Number 10, Beckham Smith. Number 30, Zach Shapiro. And number 11, Isaiah Johnson. Connor Wyatt will bring the ball across the timeline. 55 to play. Kanuski up top as Shapiro down in the corner, as they'll just move the basketball around to try and run out the clock here. The ball stolen by Masiate and re-stolen, but Isaiah Johnson can't wrap up the basketball and keep it in bounds. And St. Pius X will throw in with just over 40 ticks to play. Shupak coming to the near side to the far side to inbound for St. Thomas. So the starters' work done here, as the Parish Panthers just mere seconds away from punching their ticket to tomorrow afternoon's regional final against the Houston St. Thomas Eagles. The ball kicked out of bounds by Shupak with 32 seconds to play in the contest. And Kanuski will inbound once again for Parish. And that foul will be called against Connor Wyatt. An offensive foul which will give possession to St. Thomas. The first personal on Connor Wyatt. Both teams already in the double bonus here with 32 seconds exactly to play in the fourth period. And this foul will result in free throws for number 5, Derek Carroll. He'll shoot 2 at the line for St. Pius. The first one good by Carroll. And that will put point 48 on the board for St. Pius. Carroll hits them both. And the Panthers will inbound as the clock moves under 30 seconds. Zach Shapiro facing the trap from St. Pius. And the ball knocked away, picked up by Johnson. Down to 20 seconds to play. They'll let Johnson drive the lane. The basket no good. Shapiro with the rebound. And that looks to be a foul. And it is a foul picked up by Jordan Johnson, his fourth personal. And Shapiro will come to the other end of the gym for free throws with 15.1 remaining in the game. Zach Shapiro at the charity stripe, shooting 2 for Parish. The first one bounces out, no good. Second shot now for the 6'3" sophomore. It's no good as well. 65-49, the advantage for Parish. Johnson on the baseline, and he'll twirl that one in for his 8th point of the fourth period. They'll take the ball away. And another lay-in, that's no good for Stupak, as the horn sounds, ending tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, the final horn is sounded here at A&M Consolidated High School in College Station, Texas. bringing our TAP 6A area playoff matchup to a close. And folks, your final score here from A&M Consolidated High School, your Parish Panthers 65, St. Pius X Panthers 51. And with the victory tonight, your Panthers will move on to the regional championship, which will take place right here at A&M Consolidated High School tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. as the Panthers move on to face the Houston St. Thomas Eagles. So that game right here at A&M Consolidated High School tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 against Houston St. Thomas. The winner of that game will advance to the state semifinals next weekend in Waco. And reviewing the scoring here tonight, an outstanding night for Ben Houston. 27 points on the night for the senior, as he has a huge first quarter and an even bigger fourth quarter. 12 points alone in the fourth quarter for Houston to help the Panthers pull away, as St. Pius came out with a furious run, a 10-4 run to open the fourth period of play and close that gap from an 18-point lead to start the fourth period. St. Pius had worked it down to a 10-point lead, and then the Panthers coming back to pull away, and a little mop-up in garbage time ends up in a 14-point victory for Parish, as they will move on to the regional final tomorrow afternoon against Houston St. Thomas. Other scorers tonight for Parish: Sawyer Batts with 8 points in the game. Paul Dalcor with 9 points tonight for Parish. Harris Dar also with a big evening. 18 points for Mr. Dar from the post, as he and Ben Houston were playing the high-low game tonight, and it worked very effectively. Those two players with 45 of Parish's 65 points here this evening. And the big score for Houston St. Pius X in defeat would be Kevin Range. Range ends the night with 14 of the 51 points for Houston St. Pius. 9 points, an 8-point fourth quarter alone for Jordan Johnson. Other scorers also: Grant Shupak with 8 points. 8 points also for Vincent Doucette, as the Houston St. Pius X Panthers go down in defeat to your Parish Panthers here tonight by a score of 65-51. Well, folks, that will wrap up tonight's coverage here from A&M Consolidated High School, and we hope to see you down the road for your next Parish Panther games. Don't forget, it will be tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. as your Panthers will face off against the District 2 regular season champion, Houston St. Thomas Eagles. So mark your calendar for tomorrow afternoon right here at A&M Consolidated High School in College Station, a 2:30 p.m. tip, as your Parish boys varsity team looks to punch their ticket to the state tournament against Houston St. Thomas. And before we close out tonight, we'd like to thank everyone who made this broadcast possible here tonight on Game On Sports. The executive producer of Game On Sports is Fred Garner. Tonight's game was produced and directed by Gabe Scott. Game On Sports technical producer is Trevor Von Dom. Game On Sports would also like to thank Marla Houston and all the Parish Panther boys varsity basketball parents for making tonight's broadcast possible here on Game On Sports. And also a special thanks to our administrators back at the home office, Lisa Carrillo and Sarah Beasley. Tonight's Parish Panther playoff basketball broadcast is a copyrighted production of Game On Sports Network and the Parish Episcopal School. Copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures and accounts of this broadcast without the express consent of Game On Sports Network and the Parish Episcopal School is strictly prohibited. Well, that wraps it up for us tonight here at A&M Consolidated High School. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for spending your Friday night with us, and we look forward to seeing you for our next Parish basketball broadcast right here on Game On Sports. On behalf of our entire Game On Sports Network crew, this is Brian Shackelford, thanking you for joining us this evening and for your continued support of Parish Panther playoff basketball. Your final score once again in the area round, your Parish Panthers 65, St. Pius X Panthers 51. Until next time, good night and God bless from College Station, Texas.